Go.
Welcome to another edition of Compelled. I am Joe Spiegel.
Mike Sutherland.
All right, this time we are going to be talking about Supmatto.
Do you know who Supmatto is, Joe?
I have no idea who that is.
All right. Supmatto is one of the biggest Borderlands YouTube accounts.
Is he someone who plays Borderlands on there?
Yeah, he does live streaming. He talks about gaming and stuff like that. Some people don't like him. Some people like him. You know how it is on the internet, blah, 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 because, everyone has an opinion.
Of course. Just like us.
Yeah. So Supmatto's YouTube channel was taken down. Like, it's gone. It doesn't exist. You can't look up any of his old videos. You can't look up his most recent video, which was him talking about what's going on with his life, and he's going to take a break here and there, and yada, yada, yada. So you can't look up any of that information unless he has it on a website, but most YouTubers don't have a fucking website.
Yeah. They rely just on YouTube.
Yes, exactly. So I'm going to take you through a timeline. We'll go from there. Back in December, or back last year, between November and December, there was some Borderlands 3 stuff going on with leaks, all this information being put out about the upcoming game Borderlands 3. Now, if you've never played Borderlands 2, it's basically an online Doom-style free third-person 3D action shooter.
My sons love it.
Yeah. It looks like a cool game.
The animation's really cool on it. It looks almost like a moving comic book.
But I won't give money to Gearbox software anymore. I won't give money to Take-Two or 2K games or anything else like that because they're shady as shit and a bunch of fucks. I won't do it.
Well, they do like that loot crate shit.
Yeah,
or
they
whatever.
do loot crate shit, and it's just look, the game industry needs a revamp. It's a fucking joke right now.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other thing and has nothing to do with Compelled. Yeah, if go look at Jim Sterling's website, or there's a billion fucking gamer guys out there. A lot of them are really, really good about giving you the information. My favorite is the Jim Sterling.
Yeah, Jim
show.
Quisition. He can break some fuckers down pretty good.
Yeah, he's fun to listen to. Anyways, so Take-Two has targeted a YouTuber at home with private investigators following Borderlands 3 leaks. Now, starting in April, on April 29th, official Borderlands revealed their Twitch account and the individual streams for Borderlands 3, and Supmatto was told about it. He was told about it. He says he was told about it. I'll take them at face value until we've waited about a week and a half for all this information to come out just so that we get a more rounded story. We're not going to be able to hear much from Supmatto unless he goes on other people's podcasts or shows to tell his story, if his story changes or anything else like that, So we have to take him at his word for it right now. He was told about it. He joined this very public chat room. Not a chat room, but this stream. And there were 185,000 people that saw this. There are random account names that were coded, most likely coded names. And they did the stream for Borderlands 3. And then Supmatto and a bunch of people took screenshots of it, And I'm telling you right now, if 185,000 people saw this, at least 10% of them were recording this.
Yeah.
That means 18,000 people were recording this information. So why go after Supmatto? Why not go after the 18,500 people that recorded this when you had all their information from the streams, and if you were recording it yourself, you knew who was in the stream in and of itself? This is the problem that I have with the whole Take-Two thing, is they're blaming one person. They went after one person. They struck his channel 111 times. There's 111 copyright strikes on his channel.
Yeah, that's a lot.
3 of them will take you down.
So then there was just 108 instances of overkill.
Yeah. And they were striking down shit that had nothing to do with Borderlands 3. So they were doing illegal DMCA stuff. But nobody called him out on it. Nobody at YouTube. Supmatto, I don't know what he did. All I know is that his channel's gone. Now, 3 months later, after the quote-unquote investigation that 2K Games did, well, Take-Two, I'll say Take-Two Interactive, because 2K Games is part of it, and so is Gearbox, but Take-Two 2K. Private investigators came to Supmatto's house and, as he said, and I quote, trespassed on private property. He spoke to the private investigators. They were talking about a live stream. They said they were from Take-Two. Actually, they said, quote unquote, they were contracted from Take-Two. And they were talking about this thing called the Rainbow Rarity, which was found by another person. Rainbow Rarity is a object in the game that apparently you can get that does something fucking cool. I don't know. I'm not a Borderlands 3 guy. After 30 to 40 minutes of speaking, they left. And on the same day, within 20 minutes of the private investigators leaving, his Discord server was disconnected for selling, promoting, or distributing cheats, hacks, or cracked accounts. Now, there's a fine line. There's rumors that he was charging $5 to see the streams, but it may be that he was charging $5 to jump into his Discord server regardless of anything else, and it's always been there. I don't know the exact details of that. There's differing accounts. But most of the times when you join a stream or whatever else, if you've already paid your $5 or whatever, you're not going to pay attention to anything like that. You're just going to wipe it away like, oh, I've seen it 100 times, whatever. The day after that, on the 26th of July, 7 copyright strikes were put onto his channel by somebody that goes by the moniker 2KCMS. Soon after, 6 of them were removed. On August 5th, he put his video response up, and then that's when everything blew up. Now, I have to ask you a question, Joe.
Ask it.
If somebody trespassed on your private property, now, he didn't say, they came and knocked on my door. Most people would say, hey, these 2 guys came to my door, blah, blah, blah. He didn't say that. He said, these 2 fucking guys trespassed on my property. And I think he said they were looking in my windows, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Now, it could be somebody else that was translating, something that he had written or was texting back and forth. I distinctly remember him saying, or someone saying, they were looking in his windows and walking around on his property. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. If you saw 2 guys you didn't recognize walking around on your property, what would you do?
I'd either call the cops or I'd stick my head out the door or the window and say, who the fuck are you?
You have a gun.
Gun's last resort type shit for me.
Not for me. If I see 2 people walking on my property looking in my window, I'm going to get a gun.
If they're looking in the window,
but I said that.
Sorry.
I don't care if they're not looking in the window. If 2 fucking guys are on my property trespassing, I'm getting my gun. That's the first thing I'm going to do. And then I'm going to ask them to politely leave my property. Now, this has happened to me before. And there was a homeless guy that wandered up onto some private property when we had lived in another location. And it was a 1/4-mile drive down into the house. And this motherfucker walked up to the top of the driveway where the cars were. And my father walked outside. And he had a gun with him. No, he didn't have any gun with him. He had the Ruger Nighthawk with him, which is a fucking 44 caliber motherfucker. It's a revolver. Mm-hmm. It's an Old West revolver.
Was it a 6-cylinder? Oh, God, in my throat.
It was a 4-cylinder revolver.
Let me finish. Was it a 6 or was it a 5-cylinder? Because sometimes, like, the cylinders, can only hold, because of the size of the bullets.
It's a 44 Magnum. It's a 6-cylinder.
Okay.
Anything bigger than that would be a 5-cylinder or 4-cylinder. And he asked the person what he was doing on the property. And the guy's like, oh, I was just visiting someone that lived here. He's like, really? I don't know you. And the guy goes, is that a gun in your hand? Yes, it is. Now you need to leave. He's like, well, I was just planning on leaving. You need to leave now. So the guy left and did not come back as far as I knew. Again, I say that in response to if I see 2 people walking on my property I don't know. That's exactly what happens. I will get my gun. I won't point it at them, but I will have it with me. Get off my property. You do not belong here. Do not trespass on my property. I don't care who they are. And then I would call the cops. I just had these 2 guys. They were on my property. This is the description of their car. I don't know what they were doing here, but they could have been trying to rob me or kill me. I don't know. That's that. He, Supmatto, is a young kid. And they did this to bully him. He probably lives in an apartment, something like that. I'm assuming, but he may not.
Yeah.
If he does live in a house, okay, fine, even more. Where he lives is unimportant at this point in time. how they went about dealing with him is important. Because this isn't the first time that Take-Two has done this to a gamer. They went after another gamer for GTA 5 stuff and sent private investigators to his house to interrogate him. That's bullying. Now, I'm sure that companies do this all the time, but how many times have you, Joe, heard of a company going after somebody and bullying them? I'm not talking about Enron or anything else like that.
Scientology.
But yeah, I mean, Scientology's doing it right now with Danny Masterson, by the way. But that's a religion, not a company. And we can make the argument that games are a religion.
They're a business. I mean, they're a tax dodge business.
But they're not a business. They are a religion.
They generate funds.
They are not a business. They are a religion. There's a big difference. And there's a fine line. They are classified as a religion. So I'm separating the two. But your analogy is right.
I know they were an intentional tax dodge.
They're cunts
from the get-go. But yeah, I understand. They're still established as a quote-unquote religion.
Correct. And they don't make money.
And they buy a shitload of property, too.
Correct. But they don't make money. Oh, yeah. Good job. I agree with that. So they go after this kid.
Yeah, I looked
and they know they know they're going after a kid, because if they go after anybody else that knows what the fuck they're doing, then Take-Two is going to have a big problem.
Yeah, I was looking up to see if he had a Twitter account.
He shut down his Twitter account,
and
he shut down all social media.
Yeah, someone replied to the Hitler picture was he was selling game information regardless of leaks or not. That is a dodgy practice.
And if he was selling game information, yeah, it is a dodgy practice. But don't you think that Take-Two could have gone to him and said, "Stop what you're doing"? Because they've done this before.
Yeah, someone else said that 2K has not provided anyone with any proof that he did that.
Right. 2K Games has not done anything. In fact, 2K Games immediately went to their little butt boys, IGN, and IGN did this whole article based off of, their suck up to 2K Games, where 2K Games just basically gave them all the information that they wanted to give them. And IGN slanted it that Supmatto was just nothing but a fucking, money-hungry cunt that all he wanted to do was make money off of this. Kind of. I mean, they weren't very fair to him. They weren't trying to be fair and biased. Journalism is about fair and biased opinions. IGN is just a platform for video game publishers to publish whatever the fuck they want. And journalists just suck it up because that's how they get their money. And they're just going to kiss people's asses. So fuck IGN and fuck Take-Two Games and fuck any journalist that does this and sucks up and does not report fair and biased journalism. It's bullshit. Oh, well, they pay our bills. Well, then find another way, because this is garbage. Walter Cronkite would be fucking spinning in his grave because you're not being fair, you're not being biased, fair and non-biased, unbiased.
Yeah,
I keep saying biased, but I meant unbiased. You're not being fair, you're not being unbiased. And you're definitely just swinging from the balls of corporate masters. And that's fucking garbage. If we wanted to know what's really going on, we have to do all this independent investigation ourselves. Now.
It seems like that's what these companies rely on, is that no one wants to take the time to call them on their bullshit.
Well, and they don't even write up the articles real well anyways. It took years, like, I don't know if it was IGN or GameSpot, one of the publishers, it took years for them to figure out that one of their editors was plagiarizing 90% of the fucking games out there, game reviews.
I read that, yeah.
Like, so they don't care.
Yeah.
As long as you don't get caught.
They just want...
And they knew that was happening.
They just want content.
Yeah. This kid can't get back on YouTube. Once you have a copyright strike and your YouTube channel goes down, you're not allowed to make new videos.
Yeah, you're exiled.
You can't even create a new channel. You're done. You have to go somewhere else. Now, if he can go to Patreon, he can go to any one of the, what is it, Coffee, Kofi, or hey, what are the other like Patreon type channels? There's Coffee. There's like Pornhub. You can do it on Pornhub. There's tons of people that are uploading videos to Pornhub, and not fucking porn videos like SpongeBob SquarePants or Superman the movie or anything else like that. They don't give a shit because it's content for them. It's more people going to their place of business. And my guess is that if Pornhub, within the next 5 years, Pornhub is going to overtake YouTube in content creation because people are tired of dealing with YouTube and their draconian, say it. Oh, hopefully. Okay. Yeah. In their draconian ways. I mean, they're pulling, it's called the adpocalypse. They're pulling all the ads, because I was watching one thing. There's this guy, there's this great website. There's this great YouTube channel that does, it's called To Catch a Predator. And the kid that does the website is really, really funny. I'll find it later. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that important right now. But I'll put it in the links in the description below. He did this expose on this dude that was talking about how YouTube is nothing but a center for pedophiles. So if you look up all these kids channels and then you go into this deep dive of kids channels like gymnastics or something or whatever.
Yeah.
And then half the kids channels are basically just kids being kids, gymnastics or this and that and the other thing, playing whatever else. And this guy's like, yeah, these are just rife with fake pedophile, blah, blah, blah. And he got like 5 sponsors to leave YouTube. One of them being Nestle, another one being like Coke or Pepsi or some shit like that. Some major brand, a couple of major brands. And fucking YouTube went apeshit and started shutting these channels down.
Yeah.
Now that's overkill. He could have just went and complained about, specific channels, but no, he had a bunch of children's channels shut down because under false pretenses.
Yeah. It's just like James Gunn getting fired from Disney or what else?
Yeah, fake outrage.
Yeah.
And this is now the Borderlands 3 stuff is not fake outrage. I'm pissed. I don't know Supmatto from fucking Elvis, but his rights were violated. And not only were his rights violated, his career was cut short without any explanation, without any information, and YouTube just allowed it to happen.
Yeah.
They didn't go after fucking Take-Two with these illegal DMCAs, and they just continually allow that to happen anyways because they can't police their own fucking systems. And that's a problem. Now, I'm not saying YouTube is the best platform. I'm not saying it's the worst platform either. What I'm saying is that there needs to be a better system of checks and balances. And instead of just canceling someone's fucking account because of copyright strikes, there needs to be an internal investigation done into that. 1 copyright strike is fine. 2, maybe you should start doing an investigation. Anything over 2, you need to do an investigation. Because after the 3rd one, that channel is removed.
Yeah.
3 and above. Now, you're not going to get copyright strikes for, like we got copyright hit. We got hit with copyright stuff. But most of our stuff is just we've taken, quotes and whatever else. The John Machida thing comes to mind. And that company's been defunct for 35 years. Literally, that company doesn't even exist anymore. They were purchased by another company in Germany. And they don't even know that this fucking thing exists.
Yeah. This
FedEx thing that we were using. But it's fair use. I'm quite aware of our fair use stuff. And and some of our stuff has been hit. Some of our stuff hasn't been hit. And, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with some of our stuff being hit because I don't want to fight some of the allegations about copyright, abuse or whatever else. And the channel, the people that are quote unquote taking money from my YouTube channel, they're not making money because I don't get enough people. We don't have enough people. But what's going on is essentially this, is that, if I used it, then I should go in and delete it and re-upload the video and be done with it. But you know what? Fuck it. It's in proper context of what we were using it for. So if they're going to hit it and then leave the video alone, I'm going to leave them alone. That's fine for the most part. I will fight it if I think it's unfair.
Yeah.
But if I'm being a douche and I uploaded something and I knew I shouldn't have, whatever. But going back to the Take-Two stuff, I find this appalling that a company can do this, that they would allow a company to do this. And I just have a feeling in my gut that it wasn't just Take-Two, that it was Randy Pitchford from Gearbox. This guy is a temperamental 12-year-old when it comes to shit like that, and he will get fucking personal. And he's done it with actors. for Borderlands. He's done it with other people that are in his company. He's done it with reporters. He's a vindictive cunt. And it wouldn't surprise me if he was one of the guys behind this thing, and that's that. I mean, I don't know what else to say about Supmatto. I feel bad for the kid, but I mean, first of all, he made his own bed. He's got to lie in it. And if he's not going to take a stance and he's just going to walk away, that says a lot more than anything else.
Yeah.
Well, I got to take some time and I got to figure out what I'm going to do. No, you should be fighting this. So,
tooth and nail.
Yeah, absolutely. But if you're not going to fight it, what does that say?
I don't know. Like maybe he's
fucking guilty.
Possibly, yeah.
And that's, I mean, we're trying to be fair and unbiased on this thing,
But hey, I mean, look.
I mean, if you're not going to fight for your channel and you're just going to walk away and go do something else, like work at Walmart for $9 an hour.
This ain't a great comparison, but I mean, think of Bill Finger, right?
Yeah.
He never stood up for his rights.
Well, he did.
His creations, really.
He absolutely did. And he went to Gil Kane and he went to all the other people and he went to DC and said, I created this motherfucker. And they silenced him. They said, no, you didn't. Shut up. And he kept fighting for it. But your point being is he didn't. The difference is Bill Finger didn't walk away from that. Bill Finger kept the fight up. He just didn't make it. He didn't make it as obvious, and he didn't fight for it until it was too late.
Okay.
So other people thought he should have.
Yeah, it seemed like more people were fighting for him after he was gone.
Yes. Yeah. But in response to that, I mean, this kid isn't even fighting because I think he's too afraid. He's either too afraid or he's guilty. But I'm going to go on the side of he's too afraid to because it's a big corporation. And he needs to go to YouTube and he needs to start a dialogue with them and say, this is bullshit. 111 fucking copyright strikes on videos that don't even count. Like, I'm surprised they didn't copyright strike his video response to the whole thing,
Well, I mean, for all we know, maybe he's already gotten an attorney and they're already talking to YouTube or talking to Take-Two or whatever.
I don't know. I mean, there's a channel, Hoeg Law, I think, HOEG Law, I think is what it's called, and they talk about this specifically with the Supmatto thing and how shady it is for Take-Two to do something like this, and it's utter garbage. But we've gone on way too long with this. If you are a creator and something like this happens to you, unless you're fucking guilty, you need to fight this stuff. And don't worry about the goddamn consequences. Because what's the worst that's going to happen? They take your channel down? What's the best that could happen? Well, it changes the system. So the more that people go and fight for stuff like this, and I'm not talking about the shady piece of shit YouTubers. I'm talking about the YouTubers that actually have had stuff happen to them that are not good. That are not good. That are not good. Like the multiple DMCA strikes that Rick Beato has gotten. Because he can do fair use. Rick Beato is a musician and an instructor, and he does these great videos, and he's gotten DMCA takedowns against him. They're illegal takedowns. They can't do that because it's called fair use, and fair use is transformative or educational. He's a music teacher. What's wrong with that? And that's what Supmatto was doing with his stuff, by the way. He's the best guns and his opinions and everything else that's going on. Most video game developers don't care if you use their games while you're playing and talking about stuff. If you look at the Diablo 3 series, Riker does Diablo 3, and he shows how to make better characters through the different seasons and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and talks about how to do certain levels, et cetera.
Yeah.
I keep saying that, but my whole point is that most video game developers don't go after YouTubers and stuff like that because they're promoting the game. When you have one of the biggest fucking guys for your game series out there promoting the game and being excited about it, and then you do this to them, well, there's a thing called Boycott Borderlands 3. I'm not buying the game. I'm going to tell everybody not to buy the game.
Yeah.
But there are people out there that I'm going to buy the game anyways because I think it's fun. There's a fucking YouTuber out there. I don't want to bring up his name, but there's a YouTuber out there that talked about this exact same thing. He's like, I'm not going to buy the game on the Epic Store, but I'm going to end up buying the game. Why? Why would you feed a machine that treats its fucking people like this? That treats people like this? Randy Pitchford of Gearbox Software, who's the developer of Borderlands 3. is a piece of garbage. Well, we don't want to talk about that because, it's not just him that's developing the game. There's hundreds of developers and people behind it. Okay, maybe at some point that company needs to shut down and they need to lose their jobs because of their actions. Actions have consequences. So either fire these fucking guys and get someone else in there that knows and treats people right, or have an investigation done into the company for unfair business practices, or don't buy the product. There's three options there. I am not buying the product. Of course, I've never bought the product, so I don't care.
But now you're making a conscious effort to not buy it.
And I'm going to make a conscious effort to not buy it. It's like me saying I will never step foot in a fucking Walmart again. I try not to. Sometimes I can't help it because I'm...
Or we won't pay to see a Brett Ratner or Bryan Singer film again.
Exactly. I'm not going to. Or an Adam Sandler film. And how many Adam Sandler films have come out that I've wanted to watch?
Maybe two.
Two or three.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to do it. I refuse to watch another Adam Sandler film. And I've stuck by what I said.
Yeah.
But I'm not the only one. I just think that needs to happen. And unfortunately, people that are caught in the crossfire is called collateral damage. If companies continue to act like this, they need to go away. And if you're collateral damage, you're collateral damage. There is no excuses. Oh, I feel bad for the people that are developing the game. So don't feel bad for those people. Feel bad for what they got into. Feel bad for the people that are being hammered by the fucking company when they shouldn't be hammered. That's my take on it. You work for a shit company, the company needs to shut down. I feel the same way about Walmart. Anyways, what do you think?
What say me? I agree. It's just
tool.
This whole system is going in a direction that is getting uglier and uglier. And if things aren't done soon, a lot of things are going to eventually change because people are going to get tired of giving their money to this shit. It's going to happen. I mean, eventually, things can only go a certain way for so long before people finally get tired of it. I know like movies can do their own dystopian and, apocalyptic shit about the way things go, but this country, people only take shit for so long, like groups of people. It might be decades, might be even be a century, but eventually people get tired of shit and they will do something about it.
A century. Nice. By the way, there was a 10-month investigation into this. Supmatto didn't sign any NDAs with Take-Two, 2K, or Gearbox. So, regardless of whether he was selling information or not, who gives a shit? He didn't sign any NDAs. This is from Reddit, and this is as of yesterday. Supmatto's channel has been removed and taken down on YouTube. This morning on 8/17, the hashtag Boycott Borderlands 3 began trending on Twitter. The hashtag was created in response to a video published by Borderlands YouTuber Supmatto, who claimed he was the victim of an investigation by Take-Two Interactive. IGN has learned that 2K Games and Take-Two, the parent company of 2K, as well as Rockstar and Private Division, have indeed been investigating Supmatto's Borderlands 3 videos as part of a wider investigation into ongoing Borderlands 3 leaks. Well, if they're leaks, then they're coming from the company, are they not?
Yeah, I mean, unless someone's doing some fucking Mission Impossible spy shit and breaking in there.
So, yeah. So why would you go after a YouTuber if the leaks are internal? 2K serves as publisher on Borderlands 3, which is being developed by Texas-based video game studio Gearbox Software. Like I said, the gut feeling is that Randy Pitchford is behind this. Yesterday, Supmatto published a video that claimed that two private investigators showed up at his residence to inquire about his Borderlands YouTube account, which is wrong. He claimed that they trespassed onto his property. So this is from IGN, by the way. That's why I'm saying this. I don't feel like I have anything to hide. They questioned me about various things relating to my channel, the live stream that was discussed on my channel, and then they told me they were from Take-Two Interactive. However, our investigation revealed a complicated 10-month investigation initiated by 2K. This is IGN, by the way. Our investigation? Shut the fuck up. You didn't investigate anything. You just got information from fucking 2K and Take-Two games, and then you made your decision based off of what Supmatto said. Your goddamn investigation. Shut up. Borderlands 3 official announced trailer share Share autoplay setting on. 142. I don't know why I said that. In a statement to IGN, 2K confirmed the investigation into Supmatto. Take-Two and 2K take the security and confidentiality of trade secrets very seriously. This action we've taken is the result of a 10-month investigation and a history of this creator profiting from breaking our policies. What policies? He didn't break any policies. He didn't sign a goddamn NDA. He doesn't work for the company. He didn't break shit. Leaking confidential information about our product and infringing on our copyright. Well, maybe the last part. But again, he can leak whatever the fuck he wants. He can show whatever the fuck he wants. He doesn't work for you. He is an independent contractor that works for YouTube, that works for himself and publishes fucking videos to YouTube. He sits in front of a computer with a goddamn camera slapped on his face. Give it a rest. Supmatto's video focused on an incident related to the official Borderlands 3 Twitch extension, which Supmatto reported on based on a Twitch exploit. As he says, Supmatto says, it's not some crafty workaround. On April 29th, the official Borderlands YouTube channel posted the reveal. The official Borderlands YouTube channel posted the reveal of the Twitch extension leading into the gameplay reveal. 185,000 people later. And the name of the testing accounts were exposed in that video. This wasn't found by me. Borderlands 3, So Happy Together trailer, whatever. However, 2K alleged Supmatto's leaks into Borderlands 3 goes far beyond just the Twitch extension. Supmatto's YouTube channel has published videos dating back to 2018 with information on Borderlands 3, including accurate details on characters and mechanics months ahead of Borderlands 3 official reveal. That's how leaks work. Look at all the Star Wars leaks that go out there. Do you see fucking Disney going after every goddamn YouTube channel? Like Mike Zero, even though he's wrong 99% of the time? Or, the Star Wars theory guy? No, because they know that leaks are going to happen. They do an internal investigation. They don't go after fucking scrubs like us.
Yeah.
That should be the new movie channel. New TV show. Scrubs like us. Like spies like us.
Yeah.
In our discussions with 2K, we've learned you didn't go and talk to Supmatto, but you had some discussions with 2K, you fucking ball swingers. We've learned that Twitch streams Supmatto used as sources were set to private, and an exploit in Twitch's security allowed Supmatto's I got to learn how to read. An exploit in Twitch's security allowed Supmatto's community to screenshot thumbnail previews. It's called the snip tool, by the way. And they don't need to do that. There is no fucking such thing as an exploit in Twitch's security. Because all you have to do is just... Oh, I don't know. Hold on a second. What is the one that we use? It's not Movie Studio Pro. What is that thing that we use, Joe? There's one right here. It's called Fraps. Where's the other one? Bandicam. Oh, right. There's Bandicam too. Yeah. There we go. So an exploit in Twitch's system, through Bandicam or Fraps. The fucking exploit. What the fuck is wrong with these people? An exploit. You're writing this like you're fucking like a 12-year-old.
Well, they either couldn't find the source of the leak, and so they're using someone else as an example. And
an exploit in Twitch's security allowed Supmatto's community to screenshot thumbnail previews. Fuck off with your shit. It's a click and drag thing right over on top of Bandicam. Jesus Christ. This is not a difficult thing. And then it's a snip tool. Snip. Oh, and by the way, as Supmatto says, he never received any of these pictures. And then what they say is they did they basically reverse engineered it. But that's not the word I'm looking for. They data mined. They data mined the information for the pictures. This puts into question how public the information Supmatto reported on in his Borderlands 3 videos. 185,000 people. That's what he quoted as. There was 185,000 people watching these streams. But he's a douche. This information he's sharing about the situation is incomplete and in some cases untrue. Not only were many of his actions illegal, but they were negatively impacting the experience of our other content creators and our fans in anticipation for the game. Sounds like a personal vendetta.
It does.
They were negatively impacting the experience of other content creators and our fans in anticipation for the game. Why would you say something like that? For
Sounds
other content creators.
like they just don't like him.
Since Supmatto's encounter with 2K's private investigators, we've learned that he has deleted several Borderlands 3. Whatever.
What if it was because they wanted him to say things that they, that help make them look better, that promote them, their company, and he wasn't playing ball with it?
Well, that's exactly what was going. That's exactly what this article is about. This is from IGN, who swings from their nuts.
Yeah.
It's also been alleged that Supmatto indirectly sold Borderlands. I want you to listen to this carefully. Close your eyes. Sold Borderlands 3 leaks by giving them to followers on his Discord channel, which can be accessed by signing up for a $5 membership on his YouTube channel. One of these things is not like the other. Da la 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 ba 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 da da. If you sign up for his $5 YouTube, you get access to his Discord. It's called a perk. So when you sign up to his YouTube channel for $5 membership, because you can click the join button.
Yeah, it's just like on the Patreon.
Yep, just like Patreon. Then you get access to his Discord channel, just like Patreon. Huh. But they're trying to put that together to make it sound like he was selling information.
Yeah.
That's for everything. Like, it doesn't matter if you sign up for $5 on his YouTube channel for his Borderlands 3 content or whatever content he put out there. He could be putting out content about Hello Kitty for all we know. But it also allowed you to access his Discord channel, just like the dude that does fucking World of Warcraft. So suck my dick. Supmatto's video, he revealed that his Discord channel was shut down and received the following notice. Your account was involved in selling, promoting, blah, blah, blah. Screen capture from Supmatto's recent video. We've learned that both Twitch and Discord were investigating Supmatto's Twitch channel and Discord server, respectively. We've reached out to both Twitch and Discord for confirmation. I just want to point out something here, just like Jim Sterling does. They don't reach out to anybody. That's a fucking lie. That is boilerplate bullshit. They don't reach out to a goddamn person anywhere for any time at all. We've reached out to Twitch and Discord. Fuck off, you didn't.
They could have just made a phone call and hung up before anyone answered.
They don't even do that. They don't fucking lift a fucking finger when they're writing this shit. It's some third-party person, and then they just slap that in there it's like allegedly. As we understand it at this time, 2K and Take-Two are not pursuing legal action because they can't. They already did something illegal. And if they had any legal recourse, they would have done it already. That's the fucking catch-all right here. We've gone way too fucking long on this.
Well, it sounds like you're very passionate about it.
That's the catch-all, though, is they're not taking any goddamn legal actions. They did a DMCA strike against Supmatto, and that's it. The incident is part of a larger and ongoing investigation. Fuck off. Fuck you and your fucking bullshit nut swinging. I keep saying that. We will take the necessary actions to defend against leaks and infringement of our IP that not only potentially impact our business and partners, but more importantly may negatively impact the experience of our fans and customers. Leaks have been happening since the beginning of time. Since fucking Mozart, since goddamn Rome was writing plays, there's been leaks and gossip. Since caveman started fucking, being able to articulate movement and trying to get people to sing.
Yeah.
History of the World Part 1. Leaks have happened since the beginning of goddamn time. You're not ruining anything. They're not negatively impacting the experiences of fans or customers because they can fucking turn it off. This isn't the first time Take-Two and 2K Games have done this. Just Google Take-Two game lawsuits. Supmatto or Open4 or OpenIV, and you'll see a list of people that Take-Two has decided to sue over modding their games, which was allowed, plus any news leaks, etc. The company is nothing but a bully, and yes, while this does happen, companies like Take-Two should be investigated about doing things like this. Their investigations usually seem to target the people that are not involved with the game development in itself, and it seems that they are covering up for all the bad shit that they've done, like leaks, allowing things to happen with their games, and their weak bullshit. That's my take on this.
All right, so fuck Take-Two.
Yeah. Sorry, Joe. I didn't mean to railroad you.
It's all right. Hopefully now we don't get 111 copyright.
I fucking hope so, but I don't have any Borderlands content, so it doesn't matter.
Well,
Fuck them.
You said the word Borderlands, and you said something negative that could negatively affect.
Yeah. Okay, well, here it is. Fuck you, Randy Pitchford. Fuck you, Take-Two. Fuck you, 2K Interactive. fuck you, Gearbox Software, and fuck Borderlands 3. Because if this is the way you're going to treat your fucking super, I don't care if people like them or not. If this is the way you're going to treat people that are pushing your fucking product, fuck you. Fuck everything about you. Even Walmart's not this bad.
Yeah.
Just don't say union. Good night.
Thank you for listening.
Well, hello there, and thank you for listening. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you can get notified when we put up new videos.